gonna be doing our overlay on this pool deck. You can see they got two different colors of concrete here. They wanted it all to match. The concrete plant made a mistake. And also the edges here, they didn't get vibrated well enough, and so they're kind of chunky on the bottom there. So we're going around patching that in, trying to keep it nice and level all the way down. And then we're gonna pressure wash everything, get it all clean, and then we'll tape it off. And then we'll show you guys the actual overlay process. We're gonna be doing our knockdown texture on this. It's gonna be a 2-coat overlay process. Super simple and really easy to do. So we're getting ready to pressure wash. We patched the edges. We've already grinded. You can kind of see the grinder marks in the edge. All we wanted to do is get them smooth, so there's not like a raised lip or a chunky looking spot on the edge. So it's all smooth now. It doesn't look that good right now, but it doesn't matter. Once we coat it, it'll look awesome. And all we use when we're grinding stuff is a little 4-inch grinder, angle grinder, and a cup wheel, a diamond cup wheel. And you can get these at Home Depot. Super easy to use, and if you have any imperfections or anything in the concrete, you can kind of buzz those down too. It's good to do that before you pressure wash. Once you pressure wash, you want to keep it clean. Usually coat it the next day. So he's getting the pressure washer ready. We're going to clean the whole pad off. We'll kind of show you guys a little bit of that, but it's pretty simple. You just clean the concrete. So.
Okay guys, we're doing the pool deck here, and we want to show you what to do with these plugs. These are actually the anchors for the cover of the pool, and this is probably one of the most popular ways that people cover their pools, especially during the winter. So what we've done is we've got a big pack of these disposable earplugs. We've pulled the anchors out, and we want to fill these holes. So what we do is we take 4 of them, make sure they're even, like this, and you're just gonna smash them down like crazy. Smash them, twist them, whatever you can do to get them as small as possible. And then when they're as small as possible, shove them in there a little bit below the level, and they'll expand out of that. Here, we'll show you what they look like once they're done expanding. Come over here. See how it's just above the level of the concrete? And then when we do our concrete overlay, we'll go completely over this. And then the final day, we'll pull these plugs out and we'll twist in the original plug and twist it back out, just to make sure that the threads are completely cleaned of any concrete overlay. What we want to do is we want to tape off any type of cover that you have by your pool. And because we have a small lip to work with, we want to use 3M standard Scotch tape. So make sure it's fresh, make sure the lip is clean, and we want to tape right to the edge of that lip. Once we have that taped, it's a good idea to actually tape off the entire hole. So what we'll do, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, we'll make pieces larger than we need, and we're just going to start stretching them across. Now you can tape the covers if you'd like, but we personally don't like to tape the covers. We like to have the cover off and tape the lip to make sure that the cover fits back on snug. So I'll just keep taping this. We'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. So you can see the whole thing is taped off, and I can even go around the top again if I want to just make sure everything's taped off really well, and that'll ensure that no overlay will get through. But we're pretty much sealed off. Now, we don't want to, but we can get overlay in here and not have to worry about it. Okay, these are so low into the concrete that we actually want to keep them in there instead of trying to tape it off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tape around the lip. Once you've taped all the way around the lip, just fold it in. And now we don't have to worry about getting anything on it. And then we're gonna actually coat over this and pull it after the first coat, and then do the same thing after the second coat as well. Day 2, we're getting ready to shoot on the second coat of overlay. If you notice, you don't want to get overlay on stucco. It will bond to stucco like crazy. if you do get it on stucco, you need to have a sprayer there and spray it off immediately. So as a precaution, we're putting some paper up. We're gonna cardboard this. You can see we taped off the hot tub, put paper on the hot tub. We're gonna hold cardboard next to the pool. We'll have a sprayer ready in case it hits the side of the pool. We're gonna leave this drain covered. We tried not to coat it a lot on the first coat so it would be easy to pull. If we did coat it a lot, we would have actually pulled the tape and retaped it. As you noticed, we didn't get a lot on it. But see where we put the earplugs in the anchor holes? You can really notice where they're at, and that's good. This one looks like it's gonna get covered a little bit, but you want it to look like that. And now it's completely sealed so that when we shoot the next coat, we don't have to worry about filling those holes at all. And then we'll come around here. You wanna always double check and make sure everything is taped off really well. If you need to, pull it like we've done here and retape it. These are for the fountains that shoot into the pool. We've actually cut these out and retaped them. I'll show you over here. Sometimes you want to take stuff like this out. Notice how it's completely sealed from the overlay. So what we want to do is we want to take that off and we want to retape that. And you'll notice how strong this overlay is when you try to peel this stuff. And it's gonna take you a little bit, but you just wanna work it. So you peel off the tape, and then you actually take a scraper. Don't worry if you hurt the overlay a little bit. You can't really hurt it, especially because we have another layer going on and the sealer. So you wanna take that tape off, and you may need to even cut around just a little bit with a scraper or a razor blade. I'm just cutting at a little bit of an angle so I can lift that lid off. I'm gonna dig out a little piece there. See how I'm making a little bit of an indent around that lid? That's what you want. Again, I'm not worried about hurting the overlay. We got a lot more overlay that's still going on this, and sealer. We just need to try to work it up a little bit. See? And now what we'll do is we'll take this inside edge and we'll scrape this inside edge nice and flat and completely clean off this edge. And same thing on the actual lid. If it got any residue or any overlay on it, just scrape the edges, scrape it off the bottom. And what we want to do is make sure, before we tape it again, that it fits in there nice and snug. So it works, but it's a little too snug for me, so I'm just gonna continue to shave this off a little bit until it pops in and out fairly easy. And then what I'll do is I'll tape around the edges again and put it back in the hole like I've done over there. been about 2 to 2.5 hours since we sprayed our second coat. We want to seal it the same day we spray it if we can, so that we don't run the risk of just sprinklers hitting it at night, dust falling on it, birds pooping on it. So notice we pulled the pool edge, the tape off the pool edge. So now is the chance before we seal it to just make sure that line looks really crisp. If we need to, we can actually scrape off just a little bit of overlay. And here's what's crazy, when you seal it, it'll bring back that color. We had a little bit of overspray right here. We're gonna sand it down just a little bit. We're gonna try to bring it back down to the dark brown color. Now, we're actually pulling all of these plugs out because I'll show you here. If we wait until we seal it, then we're going to expose some overlay when we cut out the overlay around the hole. So the best thing to do is find the hole and take a scraper, something like this, and go at an angle all the way around the hole. And it'll just cut a nice part around the hole, and then you're just gonna just kind of rub off with the tip of it. And when we seal that, you'll never see any of this light stuff. It'll actually darken right up. So you want to do that before you seal, so that when you seal it, it brings everything back up. I'll show you another one. And I'm just gonna shave off a little bit more so it's not a high spot. And again, I'm not worried about having a little discoloration right now, because you see how it's light right there? Watch, I'll put a little bit of water on that so you can see it. See what happens? It brings it right back. So when we seal it, that's what it's going to do. It's gonna bring all the color back. So we're gonna go and find all of these before we seal the pool deck.
So we're getting ready to seal. We've got everything cleaned up. We did leave the paper and stuff on the house because we don't want to get, obviously, spray on the stucco, the sealer, because it will affect it. We've got the drain off. They're gonna be replacing this drain with the with this tan colored one anyway, so we're just gonna spray it. And then we also left on the stuff on the pool, because we are gonna seal this edge in. So everything's been cleaned. All the anchors for the pool cover has been cleaned out. And then we will still use cardboard along the rocks. Anywhere else there's not plastic, we will still use a cardboard. But super simple to seal. You wanna do 3 light coats, and we'll show you guys how to do that right now. So this is our second coat of sealer. The wind's blowing behind us, so we're gonna work towards the wind. That way it pushes the sealer so we're not getting all of our legs. It is good to wear some pants when you're sealing. But again, it's our water-based sealer, so it's not gonna affect you. It's just kind of hard to get off your skin once it's dry. But it will come off in the shower. You can notice how we're doing really thin coats. If you put this stuff on too thick, it'll turn white and take forever to dry, and sometimes it'll stay white. So you want to just go fast. Know that you're going to do 3 coats and it's going to be all covered. So you definitely don't want like thick puddles, and if you do get thick puddles, maybe try to wipe it up a little. You got to really get down to get these edges, because it's a fan sprayer.
Thanks for watching. Leggari Products is now providing concrete overlay kits that are DIY friendly. These are for indoor or outdoor use. If you would like more information, see the description below or check out our website, www.leggari.com.